I'm Lara. We'll be doing a Vinyasa Basics class today. So go ahead and get started today in a child's pose. You can widen your knees apart but keep the toes touching together. Shift your hips back towards the heels and just gently rest your belly into the space between the thighs. Let your forehead rest down, let your forearms rest down. If it's more comfortable, you can let your arms reach back to the outsides of the legs with your palms facing up. And just feel that gentle rounding of the shoulders. Let your face soften, let your eyes gently relax, close, soften through the belly. And we'll start our practice here, just taking a few rounds of deep breaths. Take a big full breath in through the nose, and sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. And again, full breath in, through the mouth, let it go. One more full breath in, and sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. If your arms were stretched back, gently reach your arms forward. And just walk your hands back. You'll use your hands to help press your chest up and bring your knees a bit closer together. And we're going to start by just rising up onto our shins, onto our knees, sweeping the arms up. You can touch your palms and gaze up. And then from here, bend your elbows gently. Take your thumbs to the back of the neck. Feel the stretch into the triceps, into the fronts, underneath the shoulders. And just notice if your elbows want to splay out wide. Try to keep them hugging together. At the same time, soften the shoulders away from the ears, down the back. Keep your tall spine. And steady breaths here, just finding this openness through the chest, through the front side of the body. And start to lift your gaze up. You can lean your head into the forearms. Create a little bit more of a stretch into the front side of the body. And bring your spine back upright. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And sit your hips back towards the heels and just sweep your arms back. Touch your forehead gently down to the mat. We're going to rise back up. Lift up through the chest, through the arms. Touch your palms overhead. Exhale, bend your elbows, thumbs behind your neck. And same thing here, tall spine. And just full breaths in and out as you feel the elbows still drawing together. Feel the shoulders release away from the ears, down the back. Steady, full breaths in. Next, inhale, reach your arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, sweep the hips back. Rest your forehead back down onto the earth as you reach your arms towards the back of our space. And just one more time, rising up to the shins, to the knees. Reaching the arms up and overhead, touch your palms. Exhale, bend your elbows, thumbs behind your neck. And this time, inhale, reach your arms back up towards the sky and just land your hands underneath the shoulders. Come into a tabletop position, wrists underneath the shoulders, and have your knees and feet about hip distance apart. And take your right arm as you inhale, reach it up towards the sky, opening your chest up towards the right, and then sweep your right arm underneath the chest. With your palm facing up, reach it over towards the left side, and feel your right shoulder and right side of the head lower onto your mat. Stretch the back side of your right shoulder. Let your head and neck relax. You can press into your left palm to deepen this twist into the upper back. And steady breaths here. Grounding into your left palm. Inhale, reach your right arm back up towards the sky just for the breath. Exhale, hands back down to the earth. Cat and cow a few times. Inhale into cow pose. Belly drops, heart forward, open through the heart space. Exhale and round up through the spine. A couple more. Inhale, lowering the belly, open through the heart space. Exhale, rounding up through the spine. One more. Lower the belly, open up across the chest, and exhale, pressing the earth away, rounding up through the spine. Come back to neutral. Take your left arm, reach it up towards the sky. Stack your shoulders open. And as you exhale, arm sweeps underneath the body with the palm facing up. Reach it all the way towards the left. Left side of the head, left shoulder onto your mat. And steady breaths, you can press into your right palm. Feel this gentle stretch in the back of the left shoulder. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And then keep pressing into your right palm. Press back into your left palm, back to your tabletop position. Come up high onto your fingers, feeling the chest lifting forward. So there's not too much pressure on the fingertips. Feel the strength of the core and the heart leading forward. Inhale, open through the heart space. Think like cow pose. Exhale, round up through the spine like cat pose. Do a couple more. Inhale, opening through the heart. Exhale, round up through the spine. And one more with the breath. Heart forward. Round up through the spine. And back to neutral. Plant your palms back down. And take both hands, scoot them just a few inches forward of the shoulders. And check out the foundation of your hands. Continue to spread into the fingers. Press into the palms. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Relax your head and neck between the arms. Keep your arms pressing straight and strong to extend the hips and the spine up and back. And as we land here, feel free to pedal your feet out, bending one knee at a time, just stretching the backs of the ankles, the calves. And we'll stretch here together. So staying in the shape of downward dog, with your inhale, lift both heels up high, rising up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, gently release the heels back down. And 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels up high. Gently release the heels. And 1 more with the breath. Inhale, lifting the heels up. And gently release the heels back down. And start to walk your feet all the way forward up to your hands, coming up to a forward fold. Keep your feet about hip distance. Bend your knees gently. Relax your head, neck, and arms down. Start to hold onto your elbows. And your upper body can gently sway side to side. And switch the crossing of the forearms, other forearm in front. And bringing your fingertips back down towards the earth. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale, folding back in. And then rise all the way to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweeping the arms up for half salutations. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Rise up halfway, flat spine, lengthen. Exhale, deep fold back down. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. And again, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. And rise all the way to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. 1 more round. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold. And rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Moving on, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Rise up halfway with a flat spine. Exhale and fold. Now keep your right foot in front and take a big step back with the ball of your left foot. Gently lower your left knee down to your mat. And take your hands, bring your hands to the top of your right thigh. Lace up your fingers and press into the palms on top of the thigh. Lift your chest upright. And steady breaths. Try to stack your right knee above the right heel. Feel a deep stretch into the front of your left hip. And then start to sweep your hands forward. So now your hands are interlaced, your palms are facing forward. And feel this stretch into the upper back. And then gently start to rotate over towards the right. Come back through center, rotate over towards the left. And just do this a couple of times, twisting across the trunk and feeling the way the sensation of the hip stretch changes as we move in different positions. And come back through center, reach your arms up towards the sky, and then take a side bend over towards your right side, pressing the palms towards the top corner of our space. Inhale, coming back up through center. Take your hands down to your mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up, and keep your left hand planted underneath the shoulder. Keep your right knee above the right heel. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. So now we're opening into this twist. Shoulders are stacked. Shoulders release away from the ears. Take 1 more inhale as you stretch your right arm forward alongside the ear. Slowly take it down to the mat. Step it back to your downward dog, pressing into your hands and feet and extending the hips up and back. Inhale, shift forward to plank position and use your knees if you need to. Lower down all the way to the belly. Keep your elbows close to the body. Lower down with control. Toes point back. Hands are by the low ribs. And press into the tops of the feet. Lift your heart lightly into cobra. Feel the shoulders release away from the ears. Breathe here. Make sure you're breathing in this back bend. Take 1 more inhale breath. Exhale, gently float your chest back down with a strong core. Engage your core. Press up through your hands and knees. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back into your downward dog. And walk your feet all the way up to your hands, coming back up to your forward fold at the top of our space. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold it back down. And rise all the way to standing. Sweep your arms up. Touch your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold, and now keep your left foot in front. Take a big step back with the ball of your right foot and gently lower your right knee down to your mat. Press your hands to the top of your left thigh to elevate through the spine. And lace up your fingers and press them on top of the left thigh to feel your chest lengthening up. Stack your left knee over the heel. Feel that deep stretch into the front of your right hip. And start to slide your palms forward. Reach the palms forward out in front of you. Gently twist over towards the left side. And come back through center. Gently twist to the right side. And then just go on your own, twisting side to side. Then feel the strengthening of the core, strengthening across the trunk as you move side to side. And come back through center. Reach your arms all the way up. Palms are facing up. Take a side bend over towards your left side now. Breathe into this space. Let the shoulders soften. Inhale, coming back up. And then take your hands down to your mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your back toes. Lift your right knee off of the mat. And with your right hand underneath the shoulder, take your left arm. Twist it open up towards the sky. And steady breaths here. Feel the shoulders draw away from the ears. And your next inhale, stretch your left arm forward alongside the ear. Slowly take it all the way down to your mat. And this time take a big step forward to the top of our space, folding in. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold back down. Inhale, rise to standing. Sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. Touch your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, bring your hands down to the heart. Keep your hands at the heart. And feet are either together or about hip distance apart. Sit your hips back into your chair pose. So if you keep your feet together, keep your knees together. If it feels more stable with your feet apart, align your knees with your feet. And steady breaths, feel the legs working. See if you can sit down lower, but still keep your chest lifted. Keep your core hugging in. Make sure you're breathing. Steady full breaths in and out. And then slowly press into your feet. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Circle your arms out towards the sides. And rest them alongside the body with your fingers spreading wide and your palms facing forward. And just take a full breath in. And sigh it out through the mouth. Let it go. Good. Inhale, circle your arms up. Touch your palms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Let it all go. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. And now keep your right foot in front. Take a big step back with your left foot. Take your left foot a little bit out towards the left so you feel that your feet are about hip distance apart. All your toes are pointing forward. And your back heel is lifted up. Lift up through the arms, through the chest. Reach up through the fingertips, high crescent. Hips are pointing forward, chest is pointing forward, and it's fine to have a little bend in your back knee so that you feel like you can create space in the lower back. It's not pinching or crunching in there. Touch your palms, bring your hands to the heart space. Keep your core engaged. Gently turn your chest towards the right side. Come back through center, gently turn towards the left side. And again, just twisting at the trunk, feel this gentle motion. Good, come back through center. We're gonna twist to the right and reach your right fingertips back. Reach your left fingertips forward. So here we are, open in this twist. Arms are stretching across from each other. Take your right hand to the back of your left thigh and sweep your left arm all the way up towards the sky. And then circle your hands down to your mat. Step it back to downward dog. Pressing the feet back, pressing the hips up and back. Inhale, shift forward to plank or modified plank with your knees. Slowly lower all the way to the belly. As you lower, keep your elbows close to the body. Toes point back. Cobra, pressing into the feet, lifting through the heart. Exhale, gently release. Tuck your toes. Press up to plank. You can use your knees for that extra support. Move in with strength. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back into downward dog. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands, back up to your forward fold. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold. Set up your feet for chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up and sit back, Utkatasana.
Soften through the shoulders, press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing, touch your palms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold. Now keep your left foot in front. Take a big step back with your right foot. And again, set up your feet hip distance. Keep your back heel lifted. Rise up to high crescent facing forward. Touch your palms overhead. And bring your hands to the heart space. And start to twist your chest towards the left. Come back through center. Gently twist your chest towards the right. And just take a couple of twists side to side. Keep your core engaged. Keep your legs steady. Come back through center. And we're going to twist the chest to the left. And then draw your left arm back. Draw your right arm forward. So here we are, opening up into this twist. Reaching across from your fingertips to fingertips. Left hand to the back of your right thigh. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. Feel the length. One more inhale, breath. And then exhale, hands down to your mat. Step it back to your downward dog, lifting the hips up and back. Inhale, shift forward to plank. And again, with control, slowly lower all the way to the belly. Keep your elbows close to the body. Toes point back. Rise to cobra or upward dog if that's part of your practice. And tuck your toes. Gently press the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take another full breath in. And through the mouth, let it go. And gently lower your knees down onto your mat. Shift your shoulders forward of the wrists and start to circle your body towards the right. Draw your hips all the way back towards your heels and then over towards the left. Make these big, smooth circles with the body. Feel a stretch into the outer hips. And the next time that your body leans forward, pause there just for a brief moment to reset and go in the opposite direction, circling in the other way. And come back to neutral, back to all fours. And again, find the alignment of wrists right underneath the shoulders, fingers spreading wide, knees underneath the hips. Hug your ribs in, hug your core in. And start to float your right leg back, flex through the foot, all of your toes are pointing down. And build this strength here. Hug your core in, keep your gaze down so the back of your neck stays long. And if you want to add to this balance, reach your left arm forward with your thumb pointing up, pinky side down. And feel the length, feel the stretch. Steady breath, steady balance. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring your knee in towards the chest and hug your elbow to knee, crunching in. Inhale, come back to your extension with control. And then gently lower your hand down, gently lower your knee back down to your mat. And just take a full breath in, sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. Hug your ribs in, hug your core in, press into the palms. Now extend your left leg back. Keep your hips balanced about the same height. Flex through the left foot, all of your toes pointing down. And you can use your arms to support you here, pressing both arms straight, feeling the strength of the core. If you want that extra challenge, sweep your right arm forward alongside the ear. And steady breaths. Feeling length, really grounding into the left palm, the full surface area of the palm. Feel the shoulders release away from the ears. Hug your lower belly and take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, elbow to knee, round and curling up through the spine. Inhale back to your extension. And lower your hand down, lower your knee back down to your mat. Take another full breath in. And through the mouth, let it go. Walk both of your hands just a couple inches forward of the shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Walk your feet all the way forward up to your hands, coming up to your forward fold at the top. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold it back down. From your forward fold, take your feet out wider apart, a little wider than your hips. Turn your toes towards the corners of the room and bend into your knees. We're coming down into this squat, into Malasana. Hands to the heart, letting your hips sit down low. If you need a bit more support, you can always sit on top of a block or any other prop you can sit on top of so that you feel a bit more supported. I'm just going to turn towards you so that you can see. And from here, in this squat, the feet are as wide as you need them to be, so you can try to flatten your feet down. And just notice if you're hunching down into the squat, Press your palms together to feel this opening through the chest, really tall spine. And we're going to twist to the right, so you'll bring the left arm on the inside of the leg. Sweep your right arm diagonally up towards the sky, and your gaze can follow your right thumb. And steady breaths. Still keeping that tall spine, so prevent yourself from curling in here as well. You want that open chest. If you want to take a little half bind, you'll wrap this right arm behind your back and take the fingers to the top of your left hip crease. Steady breaths in and steady breaths out. Release the arm, take your right fingertips all the way back up towards the sky. Come back through center, and then bring your fingertips down to your mat. We're just gonna fold forward, point your toes straight forward, walk your feet in a little bit closer together, and rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. Rise all the way to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And from standing, widen your feet out a little wider than your hips. Turn the toes towards the corners of your room. Inhale, sweeping up through the arms and all the way back down into your squat, back into Malasana. And again, just remember you can sit on top of a block or any prop that helps to support your hips. Tall spine, palms pressing together. And we'll twist open in the opposite way, taking your right arm down on the inside of the leg, sweeping your left arm up diagonally across. And you can gaze towards your left thumb, opening through the heart space. And steady full breaths in and out. And if you did it on the other side, you might take this half bind, wrapping your left arm behind your back, letting the fingertips hook to the top of your right hip. Still opening through the chest, keeping your spine nice and tall. And full breaths in and full breaths out. Start to reach your left arm back up towards the sky. Come back through center, tall spine, hands to the heart. And then from here, we're going to try to stand all the way up, pressing to the feet, strong core. Let's go all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up and overhead. Bring your hands to the heart space. Turn your toes forward. And just stepping right back to the top of your mat. Reach your arms up. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward and let it go. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold. Take your left foot, take a big step back with the ball of your left foot. Feet are about hip distance. Keep your back heel lifted. Rise up to your crescent lunge. Hips point forward, chest points forward, reaching up through the fingertips. Take your hands and lace up your fingers behind the back and just keep your chest upright. Steady full breaths here. And take an inhale. And as you exhale, just lean your heart forward. Feel your back leg straighten out. You might be able to lift the knuckles up a little bit higher. Lift your chest upright. You can take that gentle bend into your left knee. We'll just do that a couple more times with the breath. So take an inhale here. Exhale, heart forward. Press your back leg straight. Maybe arms lift a little bit higher. And then rebend into your left knee a tiny bit as you lift your chest upright. One more inhale. Exhale, heart forward, pressing the arms back, pressing the left leg straight. Good, this time come back upright through the chest. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Option to touch your palms overhead and just feel this nice long lift. One more inhale, breath. Exhale, hands to your mat. Step it back to your downward dog, lifting the hips up and back. Inhale, shoulders shift forward. Lower through chaturanga. You can lower all the way to the belly if you'd like. Toes point back. Rise to cobra or upward dog. And tuck your toes, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. And walk your feet all the way forward up to your hands. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. And rise all the way up to standing, sweeping arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Again, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold. Now keep your left foot in front. Take a big step back with your right foot. Feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to rise up to high crescent. Arms, chest, fingertips lift up. Take your hands, lace up your fingers behind your back. Try the other interlace, other pinky on top. And take an inhale here. Exhale, lean your chest forward. Draw the knuckles back and feel your right leg pressing straight. Come back upright. You can take a slight bend into your right knee, stacking your shoulders directly over the hips. We'll go 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhaling, heart forward, press your right leg straight. Maybe the arms lift a little bit. Come back upright, soft bend into your right knee. 1 more time. Take an inhale. Exhaling, heart forward, pressing your back leg straight. And then chest upright, bending gently into your right knee. Sweep your arms up alongside the ears. You can touch your palms overhead. Just pause with your breath. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Step it back to your downward dog, lifting the hips up and back. Move with the breath, heart forward. Lower through chaturanga, nice and slow. Toes point back, rise to cobra or upward dog. And tuck your toes, press your hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Gently lower your knees down and walk your hands back towards your knees. Sit onto your heels. You can sit with your toes tucked under, or you might be able to sit with your toes pointing back. And just taking a moment, resting your hands to the tops of the thighs, and full breaths in and full breaths out. Inhale, circle your arms up. Lace up your fingers overhead and press your palms to face up towards the sky. Lifting into the palms, opening up through the chest. Take an inhale. Then exhale, press your palms forward, round through the upper back, chin to chest, belly pulling in. And then inhale, reaching the arms up, lifting open through the heart space. Exhale, belly in, pressing forward through the palms. 1 more with the breath. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing the palms forward. Arms upright, chest upright, touch your palms overhead. And bring your hands to the heart space. Take another full breath in. And sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. And just start to walk your hands down. We'll shift your legs over to one side so you can take your legs all the way out in front of you as you sit down onto your bottom. And start to bring the bottoms of the feet together. Open the knees out to the sides. Hold on to the ankles or tops of the feet. Inhale, sitting up tall. And with your exhale, hinging forward at the hips, finding this stretch. And you could use your elbows to gently press the knees open. If you're more flexible, you might reach your arms forward and just let your body fold in a bit more deeply. Last few breaths, inviting that sense of stillness, steadiness into the body. Use your hands, walk yourself back up to seated. And then take your right fingertips back behind you. We're going to twist towards the right. Your left hand can grab on top of the foot or maybe on top of your right knee. You'll see it feels good as you inhale, sit up tall, open through the chest, and as you exhale, you might be able to twist a bit deeper, gazing over your right shoulder. Just breathe into your twist. Tall spine, open heart. Take 1 more inhale breath. And then exhale, turn back through center. And switch sides, take your left fingertips behind you. Right hand to the top of your left foot or knee. Inhale, sitting up tall. And then as you exhale, feel that twist. You can look over your left shoulder. Breathe fully here. And take 1 more inhale. Exhale, gently release back through center. You can use your hands to bend your knees up. And extend your legs straight out in front of you. Flex through the feet. Feel the toes pulling back and sit up tall as you inhale. Reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Keep your feet active with the toes pulling back. It's fine to have a tiny bend in the knees. Melt in with your breath. Exhale is releasing you down towards the earth. Finding softness and stillness in the body. Last couple of breaths. Use your hands to walk yourself back up to seated. And gently bend your knees up as you start to roll your spine down onto your mat, keeping your knees bent up. Reach your arms out to the sides. You can bend your elbows if that feels good. And we're going to open up into a twist. So you can pick up your hips off the earth, bump them a little bit over towards the right side of your mat and set them back down. And then let your knees fall over and stack over towards the left side. You can keep your gaze up towards neutral, or you can gently turn your gaze over your right shoulder. Feel free to let your eyes relax closed, giving your spine time to reset. Take a full breath in and let it go. Bring your head and your knees back up through center. Plant your feet down, pick up your hips, bump them up and over towards the left side of your mat, set them back down. And let your knees fall over towards the right side. And again, gaze can be up towards the sky, or you can look gently over your left shoulder. Let your legs be heavy, opening up into this twist. Gently take another full breath in, and through the mouth, let it go. And bring your head and your knees back up through center, planting your feet down. Just lift up your hips and set them back down, realigning your hips with the spine. Hug your knees in towards your chest. You can come into a quick happy baby. Separate the knees. Point the bottoms of the feet up to the sky, stacking the heels above the knees. Hold the outer edges of your feet, and you can gently rock side to side. Give yourself a gentle massage into the mid and lower back, stretching into the inner groin as well. Bring your knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug of gratitude. Find that gratitude for the strength of the body and the time that you've carved out for yourself today. And relax your arms down. Relax your feet down. Take your time to set up for your most comfortable rest, Shavasana. You can lay down flat. You can always rest with your knees bent up. That will usually relieve pressure from your lower back. Any other position that's comfortable for your body, setting up for your final rest. Allow the eyes to relax closed. And take another full breath in through the nose. Inside out through the mouth, let it go. And feel that full sense of release, resting through the body, letting your eyes rest back, allowing the jaw to relax, shoulders heavy, belly soft, hips heavy, and resting all the way down through the arms into the fingers and all the way down through the legs into the toes. And just allowing yourself to receive all the benefits of our practice, finding stillness, rest, and relaxation. And I invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like to make your practice feel complete, to really soak up that sense of rest and ease. And if you're just about ready to close up your practice, take a fuller breath in and a fuller breath out. And on your next inhale, reach your arms all the way back behind you and just feel a nice long stretch throughout the entire body. Bend your knees up gently, roll over onto your favorite side for your fetal position. And then use your hands and arms to gently press yourself up to your meditation seat. Sitting up tall. Still keep your eyes relaxed closed and just touch your palms in front of the heart space. Reconnect to your intention, your reason for your practice today. And thank yourself for showing up, for creating time for your health and well-being. And I invite you to chant with me the sound of Om. Taking an inhale. Om. And feel that healing, peaceful vibration. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.